Hey guys, back at the house with Dad again. Today I think we're going to do the dyeing of those feathers for the arrows. So be just like last video. Wanted to say thanks for all the support. That video did a lot better than I expected. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Thanks guys. All right guys, Dad's here. We're about to get started. We've never done this before, especially with this specific stuff. So I'll show you the instructions, show you the equipment we're going to use, and we'll get into it. All right, so the dye we're going to be using today is cardinal red. So we're going to be using that for 2 of the flight feathers on the arrows, and then we're just going to be leaving 1 of the normal turkey feathers on the arrows for the cock feather. So here's a picture of the directions. I figured I'd just put that in there if you guys were curious. Pause the video, read it if you want, but we're going to get started. All right, so the ingredients we have to use is this whole ass gallon of water, the whole color packet, and just 1 little shot glass of white vinegar. All right, so for an ounce of vinegar, you can use like just a little shot glass. That's about an ounce. So fill it up to about right there, and then we'll add that to our little cooker pan here. Next, you just add your distilled water. All right, so once you get that stuff in there, you need a little, like a meat or a candy thermometer, and you want to get this mixture up to 170 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit before you can add your dye mixture. All right, so while your other mixture is warming up, you need 2 ounces of hot water and mix your dye packet into it. All right, so once you've dumped your dye into the hot water, give it a shake, and then we will be adding it to our water and vinegar mixture. All right, clearly after you mix it, it turns very fucking red. So don't use something you don't want stained. That's also why we're wearing gloves, because the instructions specifically says it's really good at staining skin and fingernails and stuff. So yeah, be mindful of that. All right, so when you get your distilled water and white vinegar to about 170 to 180 Fahrenheit, then you can go ahead and add in your red dye. Okay, so you want to get your tomato paste looking red dye here and add it into your mix. Wow, okay. That did what I was not expecting it to do. Okay, the directions don't say to add any water to this, but we're not going to listen to that and add a little extra water to get this extra dye out of here. So we'll be right back when we do that. All right, so we've added it. I'm going to go ahead and take the thermometer out here and try not to burn myself terribly with it. All right, once your thermometer's out, we're just going to whisk it, I guess. I don't really know what this like gold looking stuff is on the top, but hopefully it doesn't fucking matter. All right, so once you get your dye mixture completely dissolved, it wants you to take 1 of your feathers, drop them in here, and note how long it takes to get the desired color on the feather. So that's what we're gonna do now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and test out the time we need to do for these feathers to get the right color. So you just drop it in there at 170 to 180 degrees and hold it under there for a while, because they like to float. So make sure you hold them under. All right, so about a minute's bath in the dye, we got about the right color looking feather there. That looks pretty damn good. So just about a minute and they're pretty good. So we're gonna let this one dry and see how it looks. All right, so we let it dry and this is what it looks like. And this is like exactly what I wanted them to look like. So we have to do at least 24 more of these in the dye bath, but we're gonna do extra. I think around 40-ish, something like that, just in case. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so here's our 40 feathers that we're gonna dip in there. So I guess throw them all in there and give them a nice bath. And remember to just keep pushing them under. we'll see you in a minute. All right, these are done now, so we're gonna take them out and let them soak up a little bit on these paper towels. Yeah, you definitely don't want this stuff staining anything that other people are gonna see, because this looks like a murder scene with all the red. All right, now we'll let them soak up all the extra dye here, and then we are going to set them on, I think this is like a chicken fence type thing, and this just helps air them out really good so they dry top and bottom. So we're going to sit them all on here, and then they'll be done. We now have them all laid out here to dry, so this is probably the easiest step, because now we get to relax. All right, so after you're done with this dye and it cools down and everything, you can just put it in a jug to save it. Hopefully we don't spill it all over the place here. But yeah, just put all this into a jug, put a cap on it, put it somewhere where you're not gonna spill it all over the place, and you can use it again. All right, everybody, so here is the finished product. 40 red, I guess I should say cardinal red, left wing flight feathers for my arrows. These are looking very good. All right, everyone, that'll do it for today's video. That was all the dyeing, how to do it, everything. Probably tomorrow night, Dad and I are gonna film the next video on assembling the arrows and stuff. I'd say I'll probably get it up tomorrow night as well, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for the support, everybody. You know, like, comment, share, sub, all the good stuff. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.